We're on the set. The musical episode is happening. How are you feeling?
I feel like I've won a competition. I was like, please, can I one day sing and dance in something that's really great? I'm having a time of my life.
Yeah?
I cannot wait for people to see this episode.
I know you guys recorded all your own vocals. Kind of walk us through the process of what has gone into this episode.
Oh, well, it's been a long time in the planning, actually.
Yeah.
It's been muted around since we've done a lot of music in the show. We did some dancing in the show last season, and people are like, are you ever going to do a musical episode? This being our final season, it was quietly on my bucket list as well, I think. But we always wanted to find a way to do it where it wasn't just, oh, we're doing a musical episode. There needed to be a reason for the music and the dancing to happen.
Which
we
is?
have said reason.
Which is God?
Which is God, indeed.
Are you going to
It
say
turns
Daddy?
out when you've got God on your show, you can pretty much
Dad.
do whatever you want. It's great.
I mean, how has that been? I'm hearing that he sort of is the puppeteer of this episode.
Yeah. So basically, Dad comes to visit because his children aren't getting on. And basically, God comes down to sort it out, and then he decides he's going to stay for a while, much to, Lucifer's dismay. And then he decides he's going to follow his son around, and he thinks it's just quite fun. It's like one of God's sort of finessey moments where he just kind of goes, I'm going to make everyone sing and dance right now.
It's a very God
And
thing
Lucifer's
to do.
like, why do you keep doing this? Just leave me alone, Dad.
Yeah.
And so that's the sort of progression through this episode. It goes on to become something else as we find out later down the road. But
What do you mean?
I can't. What am I allowed to say? No. I'm not saying anything. That's all I'm giving you.
Where are Lucifer and God in this point of time? Are they getting along? Do they have issues?
They have huge issues, with huge unresolved issues. Dad seems to be pretending that nothing's ever been wrong and whatever, which of course winds Lucifer up. And he spends most of his time wanting his dad just to keep away from him. And then he has a sort of revelatory moment in this episode where he's like, maybe for the sake of other things in my life, I should try getting along with my dad.
Are we going to get the God and the Lucifer duet?
Yes, we do.
What do they sing?
Am I allowed to say that? It's a really lovely moment. And it's a song that a lot of people know.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that for now.
Do you feel like there's a theme to all the songs? Like, are they all sort of connected?
There was like certain songs that came up when we knew what the situation was. And for example, the song we're doing today is like, we were desperate to get this song and get it cleared and be able to use it because it's so perfect. We got all the songs we wanted.
I mean, from what I've heard, I only know
With
about
lyric
3
changes
of
as well.
them. Lyric changes?
Occasionally.
Like what?
Oh, I can't, no! No.
You won't tell us any?
In the first song that Lucifer sings, he drops a very important lyric from the original song in order for this song to be personal for him.
A big guest star in this episode, Debbie Gibson. How is it to have her in the mix?
Oh my God, it was amazing actually. And basically, she came and we did a song together. And
What song?
But let's just say it's in the police station. Yeah, and God, it was. I mean, she obviously an amazing singer, and from my boyhood, like kind of Debbie Gibson. But she was the loveliest, and not only that, she acts in it as well, and she's a great actress. She's like a guest part for the episode. So the murder is at a high school, and she is the mum of one of the high school football players.
How has the dancing and the singing been for you?
Great.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, no.
Has it been hard or?
It's been totally hard for me. It's really, really hard.
This
all
one's
of
an
it.
amazing dancer, by
I was
the way.
gonna say, I saw the twirl out there. You twirl straight into
She
his
got
arms.
We did a
Dang.
good twirl. We did a good twirl. It's been fun.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's
it's been
fun.
challenging and fun.
Where's Deckerstar in this episode?
Well, we've hit a bit of a low before this episode. Lucifer, unfortunately, has a bit of a revelation that he thinks that he is actually not capable of love. You know, they've hit a bit of a sticking point in their relationship because he hasn't said the magic words to her.
And now Chloe is kind of in a place where she is a little past the heartbreak of that, but now kind of going,
She's-
no, I
Yeah.
don't believe that. I don't believe that anyone is incapable of love, and especially not you, and I know you well. So that's sort of in the background of the musical episode.
Do you feel like she wants to change him or just show him that he is capable? And how does that sort of fit into where the story's going from here?
I would think that she believes that he is absolutely capable of love and is just trying her very best to maybe convince him a bit, but also try and bring that out of him without pressuring him. You know, because I have some
I
dialogue
mean,
kind of
Lucifer's a
saying.
very literal character, so he kind of like finding the difference between feeling something and saying something about that feeling is a very sort of difficult thing for him. And so Chloe's been very patient with him at the moment about the fact that, you know, I know you feel the way you do.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you the time to just come to that realization yourself.
After fans see this episode, will they have hope for Deckerstar?
I think
so.
they probably will, actually,
Yeah.
Okay.
because of Lucifer's breakthrough
With
Dad.
God.
And
He's
the honest
healing.
communication. You know,
yeah.
we're not great at finding our love, but
No.
we are very good at communicating.
We are.
I'm always asking you, you always give an honest answer. So I think that keeps the fans going, well, they're really not hiding anything too much from each other. I mean, things might be a little messed up, but the love is there.
Yeah. It's
The
very-
word
yeah.
might not be being said, but the communication is there, and that I think that gives people hope. You're right.
Yeah.
Out of the doorway, the boyfriend to the sound of me.
We do have God in this
Yeah, it's
episode and in
Dennis.
this
Oh,
season.
Who's
Does
amazing.
God approve of Chloe?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
We haven't had any disapproving yet. He's been very charming.
You
when
actually have
he
your
meets
first meeting in this episode.
I was
here.
Yeah.
Oh, in this
right on-
episode.
Mhm, on the field.
How does that happen? Like, what brings them together?
Well, it's this crime scene basically that then
Right.
turns into a flash mob
Okay.
and a whole music video.
Right. But can I say kind of that?
Yeah,
am I
yeah, no,
happy
we've
with
been
him?
giving spoilers
Can I say
away
I'm
left, right,
unhappy
and
with that God
centre.
a little bit, or is that with all of the frustrations that Chloe has with Lucifer and not being able to be loved and sort of knowing about his background and feeling a bit that Lucifer was abandoned and rejected and sent down and all of that. In this moment that takes place on this field when Chloe meets God, she kind of lets loose on God and just lays into him a bit, telling him that she does not think he's a good parent, and she gives him her 2 cents, so to speak.
And Lucifer has never loved her more than that moment. Because I think she's going to do what everyone does, which is just go, oh my God, it's
you're
God, I love
right.
you, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
And she does the exact opposite, and I'm like, yes,
Like, someone understands me.
exactly.
Yeah.
How does he respond to that?
Oh God, annoyingly.
In the most beautiful, classy God way.
I mean,
He
we are
just-
so lucky with Dennis, aren't we? Because he's just got this quality about him.
He's perfect for this role.
That's so
This is so lovely.
full of peace, or seemingly full of peace, and just at ease, which, is really frustrating when you're trying to
Yeah.
get someone to admit something. God, in trying to kind of like understand and get closer to his son, decides that he's going to just put his powers to one side and feel what it's like to be human. So he makes himself human. And then goes on an adventure with Lucifer that kind of just falls apart at the seams whilst he's human, and then he can't remember where he put his powers.
Okay.
And really, the only time I've needed help and gone directly to God for help, he has just gone human.
It was
Imagine.
amazing because
Yeah.
Dennis had all these opportunities to play everything for the first time. So there was stuff
Yeah.
that was written in the script, and then there was other stuff that we found on the day, and it's a really funny episode, but it's also a really touching episode.
Pose, pick. Another one bites the dust.
It is our biggest
ever
episode
shot.
we've ever done this, without a doubt. There's a pivotal moment at the end, I would suggest, between God and Lucifer. There's a little bit of a breakthrough.
So they're on the
between those
mend.
characters. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's a bit of a breakthrough.
Okay. When fans watch this episode, how do you think they're gonna feel?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I didn't say
Yeah.
okay, but
How do you think fans are gonna feel when they watch this episode?
I hope that they
Well,
love it.
Yeah, and I would say the people that love musical theater and musicals are going to absolutely adore it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's been. I mean, it's nice because there are lots of fun numbers in it, but there's also a couple of really heartfelt numbers that are like proper tearjerkers.
Like emotional moments? In what way?
Well, in the state that our characters are in, when the song comes up, and then what the words of the song mean to that character. We try to find, some connection rather than just being random songs.
Are you allowed to say the song you're singing?
I did say that the opening song is my favourite song that I've ever sung on the show, without a doubt.
Can I brag about you for a second without giving anything away?
Go on, Nan.
So Tom,
If you must.
Don't. Yeah, go.
Tom's in a difficult place. Lucifer's in a difficult place, and Tom goes into song, and he played it for me yesterday or the day before, and I was in my trailer just, crying at how beautiful the recording is, and knowing the moment within the story. And it just brought tears to my eyes. I mean, it's absolutely touching and gorgeous. sang so well with the correct kind of, you can feel what he's feeling through your singing, and it's gorgeous.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
thanks, honey.
How do you feel hearing that?
No, I'm not going to lie. I'm super proud of this whole episode actually, and the way everything's turned out. But this particular song is something that I've wanted to do on the show for a while,
It's really
and we
so
needed
good.
to find the right moment, and this is totally the right moment. And I'm just delighted with how it's turned out.